Come in, welcome. What have you guys been up to? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's feeling as well and healthy and renewed as I feel right now. I can't thank everybody enough for all your likes and shares and comments in support of this YouTube. Come on in, come on in. I still don't see any comments, and I guess I need to slow down and learn how to find comments and how to bring people into the chat. Still have to learn all this stuff. As soon as I learn a few new things, then the platform changes and I have to study more things and learn more new things. Oh, but I do appreciate you all, because my goal is to have a good time and to share the good fun with everybody that has shared their time with this channel. Welcome in, come on in, come on in. We've had warm weather for the last couple of days, but that only lasts for a few hours at the most, and then you want to turn the heat right back up, bundle up real warm. All right. As you probably can tell if you've been following the channel in the last couple of weeks, I've finally convinced myself to go see the film, Sinners film, by the Kuglers, Ryan and Zinzi and Seville Haney and all the supporting cast and crew and actors and everybody that made that a big success. I almost didn't go see it because I like to get a summary of all the comments and the feedback from other people, and that almost kept me from just going and watching it. You know, listening to some people's critique was not helpful. So if you notice, or if you notice later, I wrote a post a few minutes ago, and what I put in the post has to do with, I guess, my reward for using my own discernment, using my own judgment, and respecting my own self, having a sense of subjectivity and respect for my own wishes. This movie came out at the right time because I have been spending a lot of time over the last couple years and beyond that, really, but I've devoted a lot of time to history, family history, ancestry, So this movie Sinners came out at just the right time because the director based this movie on some of his family history, on his Uncle James Edmund. It may not be the exact name, but his uncle and his mother's family, and all that he learned from them, the elders in his family. And he finally went to the southeast USA, Mississippi, where his family originated from before prior to moving to the Oakland Bay area of California, around Oakland and Richmond. He had traveled to the continent and took his mom, his wife, his grandmother, who was in her 90s, and had a successful voyage to the continent, and came back and realized he had not paid respect to his ancestors from just a few hundred years ago and all the contributions that they have made to so many of our lives. So I knew that this would have some parallel to the research that I've done for years, but especially lately in that same region of the U.S., not necessarily Mississippi, but Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, and or in those areas. So more than likely, I have family roots somewhere in Mississippi that I have not discovered yet. But still, this for me was something I really couldn't justify not watching, simply because other people were feeling a certain way about parts of the movie, certain spiritual practices that was presented in the movie, or certain other presentations that they had issue with. I almost blew it. I I almost really missed out on not only the history, but on the spiritual benefits that I can't even begin to describe. It's just something each person needs to experience on their own, by themselves, for their own benefit. But I experienced such healing, not only mental healing from relaxing during the musical scene. There's several outstanding musical scenes, but there's one musical scene where the composer, Ludwig Göransson, the, the Oscar Award winning musical composer that is part of the team that makes these movies with the director and his producer. and his executive producers, Ludwig Göransson, a young Swedish man, and his wife worked on this film and other films. The Oppenheimer film, the Black Panther films, so many others. Um, he even worked on Redbone. If you want to hear the music from Childish Gambino, this this song is a musical type uh, hit song, Redbone. One word, I think. Red, R-E-D, bone, B-O-N-E, Redbone. But his work is uncommon, and I have to say that it gives me a whole new appreciation for USC and how they work you to a pulp, to a grind, to dust. Honestly, no mercy. They work you beyond what you can imagine. But Ludwig, Ludwig and Ryan Coogler met at USC graduate program in the film school. They met there, and they have had a long history for 20 years or more ever since then. Their families are blended now, where they have that familial feeling now, so that they have collaborated on different films. But this one, I'll tell you, it's in a class by itself, because it was a personal voyage for the director, Ryan Coogler. It was his personal family history. So this one had a special place in his life, in his heart. And you can tell by the movie. But I'm off my point. My point is to try, even though I don't know how, to describe my experience in watching the scene where Ludwig blended so many different genres of music. The funk, the old school funk, the rap, the blues, of course. There's blues music and blues stories in the movie. It's based on his uncle's favorite musical genre, blues. Uh, Buddy Guy was his uncle's favorite blues musician. His Uncle Buddy would always go to see Buddy Guy perform whenever uh, Buddy came to the Bay Area around Oakland and Richmond, California. Well, Ludwig combined this all these different genres, all these different cultures, so that you're having a cinematic experience on every possible sensual level, your visual, your auditory, your spiritual, and perhaps I can't even name all the experiences that I had and that I later discovered other people had similar experiences. So in a way, it's confirming, it's clarifying and satisfying to know that that affirmation is there, that other people also experienced what I experienced. And after that experience, I learned I have to trust my senses. I have to trust my own perspectives and not second guess or uh, overlay too many other people's opinions and experiences to overlay those and give them more weight, more credit than my own private interpretation or private experience. So this music and these visuals I had heard probably for a lifetime from religious communities about the power of music and the misapplication of that power had consequences. I had heard so many warnings that I really was honest honestly I was afraid of what might happen because after all it's a thriller movie and it involved vampires and spiritual practices that I really, you know, have no knowledge, not much knowledge of, that I just heard about or learned about. So I was so pleasantly surprised that this music, blended like it was, that I I had nothing against any of that music, really. Any of I've listened to all of those different genres and enjoyed them, and all those different cultures, all the different um, ethnic groups are represented in the movie and in the dance scene. It's, there are people that I never heard of before, but in other people's cultures, they know the exact performer that is in, that is in that film from their culture. And they write about how they were so moved and the tears just flowed. And basically, they're saying they had an experience, their own personal experience, just like what I'm trying to describe. But it was so unique and unprecedented for me and so transformational. There's nothing that I can compare it to, that I was able to just set aside all my stereotypes and biases and prejudices, set everything aside, just relax my mind and hear this music in a whole new way because I'd never heard all these blended tights, and just to listen and relax. And before I knew it, I was trying to hold on to my seat because I was feeling like a feather. That my body, I really couldn't feel my body. My mind was so relaxed and the visuals were so beautiful, but I was feeling so relaxed. I just had my eyes just closed. And I kept trying to open my eyes to watch all the beauty. But the music was just so relaxing. I had to just close my eyes and hold on to my seat so I didn't float away. Because I, honest, I couldn't feel my body. I couldn't really feel anything. Couldn't feel my feet touching the ground or my body touching the seat that I sat in. So, yeah, that was uh, that was a brand new experience. But I was able to appreciate it and hold on to the learning lessons that I got from that experience. That okay, it's time to rethink and redo a lot of practices in my life of putting my opinion or my preferences at the bottom of the list. I mean, no, because though everyone had their own personal, unique experience, the way they described it, of course, it sounds similar to other people because it seems that so many of us are, you know, we're new at this type of experience and we don't know how to describe it. So, but so far, I've only heard good experiences. I haven't heard anything of anybody being harmed by what they heard or what they saw. So that's basically all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to say before I go get busy and just take care of yourself. If you decide that you really would like to see a good movie, I hope you have a good experience and enjoy this Sinners movie. I really was hesitant, I guess, because for some reason I felt like I couldn't trust another director after seeing the main actor that played the twins. One actor played the two twins. Michael B. Jordan played Smoke and Stack Moore, twin brothers. I didn't want to trust anyone else to direct Michael B. Jordan after watching him in The Wire as a young adolescent. In The Wire, he played the role of Wallace, and he was a young man, but He was so responsible that he took care of so many homeless children, fed them and made sure they got sleep and went to school. And he was so impressive in that role that I felt like I don't want to see the other roles that people are giving him because they may not appreciate his unique gift. You know, he seems like he can act effortlessly, even though he does work. He does work very hard, but he's just so good at what he does. But he was even better in this than he was in this The Wire, the old television program, The Wire. Of course, he's done Creed and Fruitvale and so many other movies, but I didn't want to watch him. So, but now I'll go back and watch Creed. He even directed, I think, Creed 2 or Creed 3. Michael B. Jordan directed one of those, either 2 or 3, and he starred in it, or yeah, he had a lead role in it as the boxing son of Apollo, the boxer that fought Sylvester Stallone in Rocky movies. Um, I I forget the name of Apollo's son, the name of Michael B. Jordan's boxing character. But now I want to see it. I want to see all 3. Okay. I don't see any chats. I don't see anyone in the chat or anyone typing in the chat. So I think I'll go in for now. Stay well. Stay healthy. Safe. And above all, trust your own judgment. Trust your heart, mind, your spirit. Because it will tell you what you need for you. Nobody can do that part better.